Hello everybody, you are welcome to the special edition of OG Sports. This time round, we talk about the 29 men listed by Coach James Kwesi Appiah as the Blackstars squad to assemble and prepare for the 2019 Egypt African Cup of Nations. The men have been assembled, they are en route to Dubai, and I have my men to do justice and break down the squad. It is Samuel James Kwesi Appiah, the Blackstars, Egypt 2019, and other matters arising.
So, without much ado, I have Samuel Ziga over here, and how how's everything? And Edwin Aqua also with me, and we have come to dissect what is happening as regards to the Blackstars squad. So, the goalkeepers, I'm sure you have the squad with you. So, I just want you to list the goalkeepers and give me your impression of it.
Well, there's Richard Ofoye for Marisburg United. There's Lawrence Atizibu for Social French. Mite, that's the second tag. And there's Felix Annan for Asante Kotoko. Well, I just can't wrap my head around any other goalkeeper in Ghana that is better than this goalkeeper.
There have been mentions like Razaka Bolera, right?
Well, Razaka Balora, until he left the shores of this country, was a very fantastic competitor to Felix Annan. But I think that in the Zambian league, you've not really seen his exploit. It's very difficult for people to really monitor, especially when you're a goalkeeper in this part of the continent, like Zambia. Compare Zambia football to Ghanaian football.
And that's Tanzania.
Sorry, Tanzania. You can't compare Tanzanian football to Ghanaian football at this moment. So, well, I think that it's a fair selection being made by Coach James Kwesi Appiah. Well, people will make arguments for Fatal Dauda, but I think that his past is form, his past is prime. He's had the opportunity to be the Blackstars. We've seen what he did in 2013 in South Africa. He went to the World Cup as well. So there's a chance to give the younger ones a crack at competing, a crack at experiencing like football. And I'm extremely delighted for Felix Annan and Lawrence Atizibu. These are young players who can look into the future with them as well. So it's a fair take if you like me.
Okay, so that's it as regards to the goalkeepers of the side. So I'll move on to Edwin. You'll list the defenders and give me your impression.
We have John Boy, Baba Rahman, and Diado, Numo, Abeyin, Asim Nuhu, Jonathan Mensah, Joseph Egu, Nuku Musa, Joseph Atamalawi, and Mohamed Al Hassan.
So what are your surprises in there?
I wasn't expecting to see John Boy representing Blackstars yet again, but he's there because someone put out, so that's fine, I guess. I just hope that the new faces will be given a chance to prove themselves because it's time to refresh as well.
And also Baba Rahman returns the side.
Yeah, I was also surprised to see Baba Rahman. Okay, Baba Rahman is back. Yeah. Interesting selection. Interesting.
And do you believe that with regards to this side, Kwaku someone has been added to the midfield list, but he seems to be that player who has always been a select, but he should have been selected as a defender or being a midfielder?
I think he's good enough in any role that the coach would assign to him. Because looking at his performances when he plays in the midfield for Ghana and his former club team, he's actually quite solid. And then when he's playing at the left back, he's okay, but personally I think he's better in midfield.
And one with John Boy's inclusion, mind you, he's had a pretty good season as League Day, helping Mets qualify for the League. So I've been looking at the fact that he's part of a solid defense across Europe. It's quite great to get him back. You see if he can replicate this form at the African Cup. But moving on, you want to have your last take on the defenders?
Of course. Back to the John Boy saga. I think that he wasn't in Kwesi Appiah's plan. And so then, right at the death when Alvarez had to pull out medical advice. And I think John Boy's inclusion would put a great deal of pressure on Kwesi Appiah. Because central defenders, Kasim Nuhu, there's Joseph Egu, there's a certain Mohamed Al Hassan, and Musa Nuhu. These are players that on any day, John Boy might beat them with experience, but performance-wise, you and I know these guys are quite energetic. And as per what we saw at the Accra Sports Stadium, Ghana versus Kenya, John Boy's performance was below par, and Ghanaians would not want to see that kind of performance again. His numbers look quite impressive, incredible. 30 starts, 30 games for Nets in the game. It's good, but you can't compare the intensity of the French game to when it comes to the African scene. You need a centre back who is that robust, who is radical, who can, engage in a fight, a tactical fight with these African strikers, players. You understand in Cameroon?
That beats me to this. As good as some of the names in the squad are, honestly, I don't see any true leaders who stand up and fight when the time comes and then someone has to get dirty and fight for the team.
He was talking about leaders in the side, which brings me to the midfielders. This is where a lot of players in that department of our team are touted as the leaders, supposed leaders of the side. So I want you to do the honest, give the midfielders.
Running through the midfielders, there's certainly Kwaku. There's Thomas Tep at Atletico Madrid. There's Pedro Samuel International. There's Ebenezer Ofo in New York City. Fia Upper Empoli, Andre Ayew Fenerbahce, who is the captain actually. There's a certain Christian at Newcastle. Samuel Owusu from Kukariki. This is a very unusual name in Serbia. Samuel Owusu. We'll come to that discussion. There's Thomas Japan, Ebanian, Scotland. Yaya Boa Numancia, Spain, and Akuffo-Addo, South Africa.
So we'll start with your surprises.
Well, I'm actually surprised to see Samuel Owusu in the squad. This is a player who never came closer to the team while the qualifier was ongoing. This is a player Ghanaians don't really know. We don't really. But yesterday I had to glance through the stats. He's got kind of incredible stats there, but those are some of the reasons why I would have loved to see Abia to justify his selection. Samuel Owusu, we've heard he's in Serbia, but what makes him far above the likes of Fernando Puma, who also plays in the Belgium, was compared to Joseph Etienne for Champions League champions. The team is with Joseph Etienne, you understand? With a certain maybe Emmanuel James who plays for Porto, a wide winger. And I'm sure Samuel Owusu is a winger as well. So maybe there should be justification for some of these colours and all that. But he's actually my surprise pick in this one. But apart from that, the rest, quite cool. Safiu has really earned his spot in the Blackstars. Incredible for Cotopaxi in the half competition, leading the position committee competition. 8 goals from midfield position. That's quite impressive and then quite impossible for the coach to drop him at this point.
So we're done with the midfielders. We're moving straight into the attacking. So I think it's your turn now to give the attacking. Yes. Your impressions.
Forwards. Jordan Ayew has been picked. Majid Waris has been picked. Caleb Ekuban, Kwaku Owusu, and Asamoah Gyan has also been picked. Our general captain.
What are your impressions on the attack?
Well,
For starters here.
looking at the names here, if we're left to me, Asamoah Gyan and Caleb Ekuban will start. But then the coach might have other ideas. But then if we're down to 4 million, I would not have Asamoah Gyan anywhere near the starting.
But what's your impression of the strikers? Your surprises, who would you drop and who would start for you?
Well, from the list we have, it's making it very easy to drop Kabno without the black metal striker. But he's had less experience in major tournaments and he's the easiest to pick among the lot in that particular space. And there's Jordan Ayew, there's Majid Waris, who he has to prove himself after what we've seen over the years. He's been given the chance to prove himself and to no avail. For a player like Caleb Ekuban, I think he's won the hearts of Ghanaians already. 2 appearances, 2 goals. His numbers are quite impressive and incredible. So for him, he has nothing again to prove. So dropping someone in that space, I think that Kwaku Owusu, the easiest player to drop.
Honestly, I won't be surprised to see him not starting.
Well, Caleb Ekuban.
Yes.
Of course, it will depend on the coach tactics of the day, and I think Kusiaka would want to go with a one top. Looking at how he played in the qualifier, he'll have to get one man as the arrowhead and get a great deal of midfielders surrounding him. So maybe I would see him playing Partey as an offensive player, playing that number 10 field role, assisting the striker. Maybe you could have Mubarak Kwaku and then Koja someone in that made for the party. It was actually going to be an African Cameroon Bakasi and party up front. But I see this happening with just someone Bakasi party leading that particular diamond shape in there.
So you talk about one top, you talk about two top. So with your one top and Asamoah as the general captain now, who starts as the number 9?
Jan as a general captain. Because the thing I was always admitted that if Jan is fit, I'm starting. If Jan is fit, starting. Even though I have my own reservation about Jan's inclusion in this particular setup.
But
same can be said about Andrea Ayew Asoba. Look, he's in the squad, so I'll start Jan. If he thinks he's got the legs to start, I'll start him. But if he isn't able to start, then he's got no business starting games at the tournament. But so far as he says he's fit, he will stand the test of time. Start Jan.
So we end it with the topic, the elephant in the room. We just spoke about it right now. Asamoah as the general captain of the Ghana Blackstars. Earlier on this week, the news came that Asamoah had retired from the national team, and in the statement he indicated that if James Kwesi-Appiah's decision is to let someone else be the captain whilst he is part of the squad that goes to the 2019 AFCON, then he has made a decision to recuse himself from the side and retire from international football. So the next day, the president calls after a meeting with Kwesi-Appiah, and he decides to rescind that decision and be available for selection. Then James Kwesi-Appiah releases the list, and Asamoah is included in the side. What is your make of Asamoah's actions, and do you believe that going forward is something that we should condone?
Right from the onset, I think that I condemn Asamoah's actions. First of all, making the conversation with the coach public, and in that jamming press release, the early one, I think that he didn't show respect to the entire playing body, and secondly the coach. Some of the words he used over there were insulting, and I see it that he has to ask for forgiveness from the squad. As it stands now, it's clearly going to be division in the team. Some players are not happy with how he went about his tasks. He's not giving the armband probably, then he's not getting closer to the team. And then the president calls him, and now, can you tell me he is happy over 24 hours? Just overnight, he becomes happy.
Maybe he said...
Then maybe he's a superhuman. But I don't see any ideal human being getting happy just overnight, whilst the decision stays static. Because as it stands, he's still the general captain.
But he says that the president's request cannot be...
That is
he can't reject the president.
That is where the danger lies. That is where the danger lies. So it means that right now, there's no consensus out there between Kwesi-Appiah and Asamoah. And then it means that the president is forcing Asamoah on the team. And I don't see how these two will gel at the AFCON. It's the beginning of danger. There's danger moment, actually.
So Edwin, the words of Asamoah when he rescinded the decision was the president's request cannot be disregarded.
Yeah. Right, okay, there are two things. One, I want to look at it from the perspective of Asamoah. If I'm available for selection and I'm fit to start, at least according to my doctors, and then as coach, you drop me as captain when I haven't done anything to deserve being dropped as captain, and then you're giving it to another teammate who, let's just be real here, there's been some noise around the selection of Andrea as captain. There's been some noise about politics being not being discussed. Yes. If as captain I see this happening, I'm going to be a little bit offended if I were something like that. But then I wouldn't go as far as releasing this damn statement surrounding the retirement. That was actually the discussion. And he does owe them an apology, but then again that's his prerogative. I'm sure he wants.
So the last thing I want to ask you, did you think it was necessary for the president to intervene in this situation?
There was some point. That's harsh, but I felt we should have left it standing up the way it was. With this, put Kwesi-Appiah in a very tight corner. And he made Kwesi-Appiah lose in integrity at some point. Because during the discussion, I'm sure Kwesi Appiah was thinking, look, if I accept Jan back into the team and name him in the 29-man squad, it means that I'm not a man of my words. You understand? He showed gross disrespect to me and I'm can't play ball. And even in that press release, no apology. No apology.
Because
The president asked him to. Not about Kwesi Appiah's early decision. You understand? So I think that it doesn't make sense, you know. I'm condemning Jan, and that's my personal stand. I think that Jan got no business getting closer to this Blackstars. Looking at what we've seen with other teams, where teams like Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, I mean, they've been able to live beyond the Didier Drogba. Egypt have moved beyond Abu Trika. Cameroon have gone beyond Samuel Eto'o. So why can't Ghana look beyond Samuel Jan? And we really want to give him a good send-off. Is it important to give him a good send-off if he can't deal with that stuff? We need an energetic body. We need people with legs. Literally with legs to win every outcome. It's not about the experience. Got experience, not got the form. And mind you, he just started scoring. So what was he doing in the last 31 or so weeks? In the Turkish Super League? Yes, that's a very interesting point. Jan can't stay on his feet. He can't stay on his feet. And these are some of the bases on which Kwesi Appiah was trying to block him for the tournament proper. But later on we realized that he was scoring and it was going to be very disastrous to exclude him. That's where the call came in. And Jan, I want you to bless Andrea, who might look more fit than you and could be starting games at the tournament. So let's just avoid all the skirmishes and shenanigans around this happen to Amber and all that. And bless Andrea and you. And Jan said,
so the blessing did not come, and he says, why can't we move beyond Asamoah Gyan? Wasn't necessary for the president to intervene?
Absolutely not. The coach doesn't show the president how to be president, so the president shouldn't even the coaches like that. Why do you play the coach?
Exactly. So that's where you undermine the authority of the coach. You invested more power into the coach. And you are the gaffer, you're the man in the helm of affairs. So why then you intervene again? And I'm told that during the intervention, a lot of things were not strike well. It made it look like, look, it's compulsory mandate. Take Jan to the tournament. It's not on merit. And look, there's danger looming at the tournament. You know, well, I don't want to bring entertainment in. Maybe what transpired at the VGME, okay? could repeat itself at the house, but I'm telling you.
The president could have handled this better. He could have called the coach aside, spoken to him behind the scenes, as well as Jan. Then they could have settled this between themselves as men. He didn't have to do this himself. Asamoah Gyan didn't give like proper captain. Doesn't deserve to be retained. And the coach also didn't handle it well in the first place.
Do you have any final words?
Well, me, Jan didn't do well, and I don't know, but I don't want to be harsh, but he's got no business getting close to this team in the first place.
Okay, so that's how we end our wrap on the 29-man squad. I hope I have something interesting for you. It is views from Courage Kakapami, who also has his own perspective as to who was put in the squad, the manner in which Asamoah Gyan became, and other matters arising. So I'll urge Courage to take it away. This has been Wingside Studios. This has been the OSG show. Remember to like and subscribe.
So Asamoah Gyan resigned from national team because Coach Kwesi Appiah has called him and told him he won't be the team's captain anymore. But then he'll be assigned a different role, which will be the general captain. He will be the general captain, but on the field of play, he won't wear the captain's armband. There will be another captain. And he wasn't happy with the decision, so he resigned. And then the following day, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akuffo-Addo, called him to make himself available for selection. So, which means that the President told him to come back to the national team because we need him. So he also listened to the advice and then released the press and then making it clear that when the President opposes, you can't resist. So he is available for selection, the next selection. So he has come back to the national team. I think it's a good choice. Yes, Asamoah Gyan, we need him in our national team. I think if he's not the best striker, then he should be the second at the moment, even though he's not in his peak. But come on, Asamoah, he has been there, he has soared, he has done it all. He is a better option to me than all other strikers we have in Ghana. You can't rely on Jordan Ayew, Caleb Ekuban, or the rest. Asamoah, even with a little experience he has on the bench, he can come in the second half and then support with a little experience. So I don't think it's a bad choice. Asamoah is back. I'm happy he's back. Ghanaians are happy. I know he have fans who always support him. Some people will even withdraw their fans because Asamoah is not in the team. But now that he's back, I think it's a very good choice and a decision from him. I think he'll help us in the next edition of the AFCON. So I'm happy Asamoah is back and maybe Jet is back. Yeah.
But I'm sitting on the road. 50 years I was down the road. But I'm sitting on the road. 50 years I was down the road. Yeah. But I'm sitting on the road.
Ain't in the one woman. Me name boys and pem wade. As I day on top of my game. Keeping the one hand.